Noni here. Welcome back to my channel. You can call me Noni. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Sorry. Today was a shit day. The hell? Okay, I don't know why thought I saw a baby behind me, but okay. But there is no baby. I'm having a hard time, y'all. I have a shoulder. Well, I have a shoulder. Guess what? No, I'm kidding. I mean, like, obviously I have a shoulder. I'm human. It's called frozen shoulder syndrome, but it's not actually, I mean, I'm assuming, okay, because I've had bursitis before and then went and got a very painful MRI where they shoved a giant needle with contrast right into my hip joint and then came back and said, no, you don't have any bursitis, your hip is fine. And I'd been literally, the pain in my hip was so severe that for an entire year I was walking like Frankenstein. Like, just imagine how Frankenstein would walk, you know, knees locked and apart and just side to side. That was me. And then magically one day it just stopped hurting. Well, my shoulder, and I know I've told you this before, like my deltoid area right here. Like, I have usually a range of motion where as long as I Tyrannosaurus Rex it, you know, where I keep it like at the elbow. So like if I have to reach behind me for something, like to fix the heating pad behind my chair, as long as I do these things slowly and consciously, then it's not a problem. I might feel a little something, but as long as I do it slowly, it's okay. And then I remember I told you guys about the hand thing, because I had to get that brace for my hand. And of course, the next day, it's always after you spend money that you don't want to be spending on these things, that the very next day it's fine and you no longer need the thing that you bought, which is what happened. But it's good to have on hand. Like, I have ankle braces, I have knee braces, I have now an arm brace, I have a shoulder brace coming in tomorrow, because the shoulder thing is something that's been ongoing. It has never ever been this bad. And it started like the day after my hand thing started. So I think it was all day. Did I make a video? Did I talk about this? Where like Saturday I spent just all day in bed because my shoulder was hurting me. I mean, I must have talked about it because that's what happened. Like, I stayed in bed all day Saturday, or was it Sunday? I don't know. My mind is fried. But anyway, one of those days, Saturday or Sunday. I can't remember. I'm exhausted. And it's still hurting. And it's hurting so bad that I cannot use it. So like, today, and I may have shown you guys this, I have a system to where I hold my arm like this, right? Or, God, even doing that hurts. Or like, you know, this. And then I put like a cloth down, or make sure I have a sweater on. Then I put the heating pad down, and then I have this like strap thing that goes to my chair zippity doodah thing, which I still haven't showed you. But it's cool because then that thing lays against the heating pad and kind of holds it in place and velcros around my body. So it's actually just been a great extra piece that would make it, if I didn't have it, it would be impossible to keep the heating pad on my shoulder. And keeping the heat on my shoulder, again, I understand cold is better. But at this point, when I'm trying to work, I have to reduce the pain. I can't do something that's going to cause more pain. I was already crying hysterically at my desk because the level of this pain, if there's any movement at all, just even holding my phone. And I made the mistake of sleeping on my right side. So my back is such that if I am on any one side too long, it really, really starts to hurt a lot. Like a level 8. And so I have to kind of keep it moving. And so I start with my back, and then I go on my left, and then I go on my right, and then I go on my left, and then I stay on my back, and la-di-da. Well, you know, I rolled on my, I really enjoy sleeping on my left side. I always have. And, you know, I said to myself, like, you shouldn't do this. Like, you're gonna pay for this. But Sleepy Heather said, I'm tired. I'm not listening to you. And, future Heather paid the price for that. So, when I woke up, it was excruciating. I needed help getting undressed. I needed help getting dressed. I need to wash my hair. I can't take my hair out of this. I cannot brush it. I cannot, because when you're dealing with hair, right, and female things, you have to have two hands. For me to brush my hair, which is down to my waist, I have to have two hands because it easily gets tangled when it's in this messy bun, especially when I sleep in it. And you can't just go, you know, if you're a woman watching this, you can't just start, you know, just using one hand and brushing your hair. It requires two hands. Everything you do with your hair requires two hands. How am I going to wash my hair with one hand? Hair down to my waist with one hand. How am I going to do that? Exactly. So, the only thing I can think of is I'm going to have to, like, make an appointment with, like, a cheaper salon, just one where I'm like, look, I just need you to wash my hair. That's it. Like, I don't want to spend the money to have someone wash my hair, but I don't, like, what else am I going to do? I'm going to have my daughter brush it out because she knows. But there's no option. There's no way of anyone washing it here for me. Like, it's way too long. I don't want my hair going down any sink. I'm sorry. That just freaks me out. Ugh. No. Obviously there's a sink but it's, you know, the hair salon, they're prepared for this. There's like little holes in the sink, like tiny micro holes, and none of the hairs, like the ones I have here, like my hair's going to go down in there. It's going to grab me, the clown, you know, from the movie. He's going to grab me. He's going to pull me through the sinkhole, which I imagine will be painful. And then I'm going to be gone forever. So I'm just not down for that. So, hold on, I gotta get a cough drop. Story of my fucking life, right? Hold on. Now I don't even have the cough drops that I want. Here I go. So then, also, I don't know if I've mentioned this either. I have gained See, I only have one hand. Well, technically I'm holding the other hand. The boo-boo arm. I'm holding the phone with the boo-boo arm. But as long as I keep my shoulder as close to my body as possible, it seems to be okay. For now. Yesterday it was so bad, or whenever it was, that it wasn't, and I couldn't even hold the phone. So today I icy hotted it. Like, I got a roll. Kelly got me a rolly thing. Put Asper cream on it. I took all my meds, whatever the word is, like, religiously. Okay, now it's starting to hurt. I bet I need the chapstick. I'm full-time work. Okay. Oh my God, I'm getting down to the nubbin. That gives me anxiety. Look at this. I can't have that. Oh well, we'll figure that out later. So, I also, as you guys know, have a thyroid problem. Hypo. But it was something that was just discovered by my PA, Cindy. It had just, excuse me, cats. It had just been diagnosed right before COVID hit. And I think I'd gotten in for like one checkup where it seemed like, okay, things seem to be going fine with the, the meds, the level of thyroxine that I put you on, the dosage, so let's keep it for now. But this is something that, like, your thyroid levels, once you're on the medication, you have to continuously, for the rest of your life, have these levels checked because they changed. My mom's dosage has gone up a few times since she was diagnosed, like 20, 30 years ago. And she also has hypo. Has she gained a fucking pound? No, she hasn't. You know why? Because she did not mate with a Sasquatch. I mean, she did. Her parents didn't. Both of her parents were very tiny people. Very tiny. Like, both of them. Petite. My grandfather and my grandmother, very petite. As is my mom. She's like 93 pounds. Bitch. She's actually underweight, and I've been telling her this, which I know she loves. So I stopped telling her. I'm like, I'm playing into this sickness, and I'm not going to do it. So, I, on the other hand, take after my father, who I adore. He's my bio dad, who I think I've told you some of the story. I don't really know. Like I said, one of these days I'll get around to telling you my life story. But he was my bio dad. We were estranged. It was a mixture of my mom's fault, his fault. I mean, bottom line, it's on them, right? I had nothing to do with the shit. And anything that happened later where I was like, don't ever call me again, was the fault of the shit that they started that couldn't be undone. And that at the time, my 16-year-old self I didn't know he had written me letters. I didn't know he gave a rat's ass about me. So, that's a story for another day. Anyway. He ended his life. He had a heart attack. He didn't end it. He did not commit suicide. What I meant was he left this world a large man. He started out normal, as I did. Nothing told me. I hadn't seen my dad, so I didn't know. someday that you're going to be just this giant woman, okay? And I'm only 5'5", but in terms of like poundage. But what I found disturbing was that over the past like 2 years, like everyone, of course, menopause, COVID, working from home, those are all typical weight gainer things. But I have gained 20 pounds in the past 4 months. I haven't changed a damn thing. And I find that a little bit alarming, especially when I look at, it's having untreated thyroidism can cause some major health issues, and undertreated thyroidism can also have very serious health consequences. So I'm desperately trying to get in to see an endocrinologist since I have insurance now, and I'm a little paranoid. How long am I going to have insurance? I mean, I don't know, after COVID, plus I'm in a new job. It's a sales job. Am I going to, are they going to want me around long enough? Like, I did pretty good today for considering I started my day out crying at my desk because I was in so much pain. But you just never know. And I'm paranoid, and, I just want to get to these doctors. Well, this endocrinologist, every single one that I called, it turns out they're all in this one group. It took me 2 days to get in touch with anybody. Then when I do, they're like, oh, we can't even talk to you about an appointment for 6 to 8 weeks. And I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, our waiting list is 6 to 8 weeks. And I'm like, okay. So are we going to make the appointment now? And it'll just be like 6 to 8 weeks out? She's like, no, I'm going to call you in 6 to 8 weeks, and then we'll make the appointment. So the actual appointment itself could be, 12 to 15 weeks out. Who knows? That is no bueno in terms of my TSH levels. Like that, to me, I still want to go see a specialist, because I feel like when it's something like that, I want a specialist on board. Especially when I have a chronic illness, I'm severely overweight, and I have a thyroid issue, because autoimmune issues beget autoimmune issues, and la-da-da-da-da. I could have Hashimoto's. I don't know what's going on. And so these are things that I want the specialist to look at. In the meantime, I don't know if I can, schedule an appointment at Rapid Med, if that would be covered, or if I just need to see about making an appointment with my, what's his name? My other doctor. The doctor that took over for my beloved Cindy. So I need to try to remember to make an appointment with him. And then yesterday, my face, lupus is something they were looking at for me. There's some antibodies that have shown up before, but again, my rheumatologist didn't want to green light it because she said it just wasn't quite enough antibodies, which is fine. I don't want lupus, okay, but I do want answers. And if I have lupus, I want to know, because one, having a cause to my small fiber neuropathy will increase my chances of insurance, improving my ability to try IVIG, which is that immunoglobulin, blah, 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 whatever. Just look up IVIG and it'll explain it. Google it. But without a known cause for the small fiber neuropathy, insurance will not touch it. So I have to have a cause, which is why this is something I keep pushing for. And now that I have insurance, I need to go back to my rheumatologist and tell her, okay, because with them, you're supposed to get your stuff checked every like 6 months. Well, it's been like a year and a half. So I have to go back. I have to schedule all these doctor's appointments. And it's like, you don't want to schedule doctor's appointments when you start a new job, But at the same time, I need to do it because you don't know what's going to happen. So I just need to sit down, I guess, and explain to my boss the situation. But that's another thing that scares me because I don't want to get emotional. I feel like when you... Well, first of all, when I say this, I am not trying to sound bigoted towards men or young men. But I can just tell you my experience, right? And my fear is that when I'm dealing with healthy, young, I find women to be more sensitive to people with health issues. It does not mean that men are not sensitive. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I have found in my experience and that is not like just me applying gender norms and gender, Of course there's nurturing, loving men out there. I'm married to one. But I'm just, again, speaking from my experience. And my boss happens to be young and fit. And when I talk to somebody like that, I already feel like in their head, they're seeing me as a weaker employee than their other ones, right? No matter how well my performance is. And my performance is today, just today, it changes in sales, right? We're always competing with each other. But today, I am the best. So, I'm doing the best today. And considering that I started out crying at my desk in pain, that's badass, okay? Like, there's so many people, they get a headache. I'm not talking about a migraine. They get a headache and they're like, oh, I can't, I got period cramps. I got to go home for the day. I got a headache. I got to go home for the day. I stubbed my toe. I got to go home for the day. Like, us chronic pain people are goddamn warriors, okay? And no offense for the GD, but, like, we really are. And because we have to be. Like, we have no other choice. I have to work so that I can have the insurance so that I can get treated. But I'm not using the insurance to get treated because I'm afraid, because it's a new job. I also wasn't taking a lunch, right? And I told you, like, I need to start practicing self-care. So, I mean, the only thing that leaves me with is sitting this guy down and telling him, like, here's the deal. I will work it out with you however you want me to, but I have to start making these appointments. I went a year without seeing any doctors. My health has taken a nosedive because of that. And it's going to hurt at first, right? Me missing work for this, that, or the other. But in the long run, you're going to get a healthier employee. And you're going to get somebody that eventually I won't have to have all these doctor's visits up front, but I've got to go back to the rheumatologist. I have to find a new neurologist. I have to find an endocrinologist. I have to go back to my regular doctor to get tested for my thyroid until I can get to see an endocrinologist. I think that's all the specialists. I think. And then things happen like my left arm really hurting me. And then to compensate, I was using my right arm a lot to do everything. And my right deltoid started hurting. And I'm like, am I just going to be like armless with arms that I can't use? Like, where I'm just T-Rexing everything and I'm just like this is like as far as I can go. I can't work. How am I going to type like this? I can't type like this. What am I going to bend over? And like, I can't. So that terrifies me. Like, okay, what's going to happen the day? Like, friends, like, okay, yesterday I woke up with a migraine. So I had to take 4 hours of PTO. This is something I would never do. A month in and I'm already taking PTO. Oh my God, no. I would never do that. But it was like, I can't. I have to do the thing, which is my little magic trick to try to get rid of it. Luckily it worked. I was able to finish a half a day. And then the arm bullshit happened. And now if it's kicking in, shit. Now if it's kicking in on the right side, like, what if it doesn't go away on the left side? I just hate this shit, y'all. I hate it. It's not fair. I hate that so many people have to deal with this and that the system sucks. Like, I'm not even protected until I have worked at this place for a year. So at any point in time, if they're just like, fuck this bitch and her doctor's appointments, they can just be like, bye, get out. And they can say it's because she had too many doctor's appointments. It's because she had a chronic illness, and we don't have time for that bullshit. It's fully and completely legal for them to do that. Until I've been there for a year. And then I fall under the FMLA Act. And then I can file for intermittent disability. But I have to wait 11 more months. Okay? Now, you know some shit's going to go down between now and 11 months. I mean, it's my body, right? We've got storms galore coming because this is Texas. Texas springs are known for their storms. Storms, barometric pressure changes, rain, humidity are known for setting off flares. Hence the flare that I'm right in the middle of. Because we've been having what? Storms. Lots of tornadoes. We had a really nice one yesterday. I mean, listen, I love a good storm. Not tornadoes, nothing where anyone gets hurt. But like a nice thunderstorm where it's just pouring down rain and there's just thunder and lightning and it's just windy and I love it. But my body doesn't love it. So I know that's coming. And then of course summer is a big trigger for me because the heat. And every day I keep saying, Heather, you've got to go outside and get some sunshine, even if it's just 5 minutes. And every day I work, like today I worked late. I worked till 7:30 because I got a sale at the end of the day. And I'm slow because I have one arm. I'm working with one arm. one hand. So I'm slow. So it took me some time. And it's not something where you can just be like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. You got to do it right now. So, I don't know, y'all. I'm just venting, and I'm so glad that I have you here to vent to. And, I want to cry, but I did a lot of crying today. I would love to be able to bathe myself. I mean, that would be fun. I guess that's asking too much. I have to find there's a video call. So we have a meeting on Thursday where it's like a video call, and so I have to get queued it up. Oh, well, great. Okay. I've never tried to put my makeup on with one hand, much less do my hair. What? I can't even put it in a ponytail. I've had this same ponytail in. That's why this is happening. Whatever this is. I've had it for days. I can't change it. It's a tangled mess. I can't change it. I can't brush it. I can't do anything. So, I'm so over it. And then my mom calls me today, and she's like, hey, I got something to tell you. I'm like, oh, what? I'm going deaf. Can you warm me up a little bit? Why do you sound so cheerful about this? Anyway, she'll be fine. The hearing aids are amazing these days, and the good the good news is for her, she's very sensitive to sound and loud noises, as am I. So now when we're all over at her house, which will be soon, thank God, because it's been a long time, she can just boop turn us all down. That's what my dad does. My dad has worn hearing aids for years. When we start getting too loud, he just turns it. He's like, this is awesome. I just turned my hearing aid off and I'm in blissful silence. And I'm like, okay. Silver linings, right? So, she's fine. She's not crazy upset about it, but the conversation was hysterical because she was like, huh? What? I was like, this is it. This is the stage of life. It's finally here, isn't it, Mom? Where we're doing this dance now, right? And she's like, it's finally here. I was like, okay, well, I've been looking forward to it. I can't even take care of myself, so. Oh my God. How am I going to hold my grandkids? I don't know. I think I had something else I wanted to talk to you guys about, but I don't even know what it was. Oh, I think my dead one, the dead bio dad. I think he came to visit me today. I smelled smoke, cigarette smoke. And then I had my TENS unit on my shoulder, and I've had this thing for years. It is perfect. It has never had any problems. I had this thing on the highest setting, okay? Because I'm just so used to it. And it's like zzz on my shoulder, and it turns off automatically. It turned off. It was off. Next thing I know, I feel like a zzz on my shoulder that hurt like a bitch. And I was like, wow, what the fuck? And I was like, oh, whatever. Happened again, but it was a different, like, it was still a zap, but it felt a little bit different. And finally I was like, okay, look. I told whoever was giving me the smoke smell, I was like, okay, all y'all motherfuckers smoked. Every single last one of you. My aunt, all of my grandparents, my great grandparents, and my bio dad. I don't know about any other dead relatives. That's really all I know. So y'all are going to have to let me know who's who here, because I don't know who's coming to say hello, right? Ow. And then I got the zaps. I think my dad's the only one that would do that. He was a little prankster, which is where I get it from. Because that's the same shit I will be doing to my children whenever I go, wherever it is that we go. I'm gonna fuck with y'all like you fucked with me. Remember that time you put Skittles in my ice maker? The automated ice maker? And then I went and put my cup in there and the fruit cocktail. They put fruit cocktail. They took a can of fruit cocktail, okay, opened it up and poured it into my ice maker, okay? And then they also took Skittles at a separate time. So I would like go to put my glass in there for ice, and I'm getting chunks of peaches, frozen peaches, or frozen Skittles in my drink, which, if you're drinking water or Sprite, it wasn't that bad. So, ooh, my boys definitely are going to get the full treatment. Oh God. All right. The shoulder is kicking in and in need of some, all the things. Oh, that's what I wanted to tell you. Ooh. So last night, I, when I was going through menopause and I would get hot flashes, my face would get really beet red. Remember I told you guys this? But I was never one before that to get like a ruddy complexion. I mean, I would love to have a ruddy complexion, but I was never one to ever get a ruddy complexion. I would just always be like this fantastic version of just pale and pasty. And so when I got the menopause and I would get a hot flash, I would get ruddy. So I was like, well, okay, at least I'm getting some color in my face, even if it's only for a short while. But I haven't had hot flashes because I've been on hormones, thank God. But like yesterday, I looked at my face and it's been happening, but like yesterday was really intense. And I think it's all connected, like the whole like flare up thing and everything, but it was like this, it was just red, but like red, and it came like all the way like across here on both sides, this whole part of my cheek, and then kind of here, like kind of triangularly, like I don't know, I don't have a picture, but it didn't like cover this whole side of my face or this whole side of my face. It was all the way across here and then kind of like down here. So I don't know if that's a butterfly rash, and maybe eventually I'll get diagnosed with lupus again. Like I said, this is not something that I'm wanting, but if I have it, I want to know so that I can move on with trying to get an actual treatment for all the other bullshit that I have going on. So I'm just trying to keep track of, okay, what's going on with my body? What is my body doing? Definitely having a lot more joint pain than I ever had in my life. And I'm wondering if the joint pain is setting off this, because the frozen shoulder, I call it that, but with small fiber neuropathy, it could likely just be my nerves sending the message that that's what's happening, but it's not really happening. It's just the pain nerves firing and telling my brain that's what's happening, because that's what it feels like when it does happen, but it's not happening because it's just nerves. Does that make any sense? You know what I mean? Kind of like the same with the bursitis thing that didn't exist, which is what happens to your hip. So for instance, like my cousin had bursitis. She got the thing, the MRI. They were like, oh yeah, bursitis, you have it. I went and got the thing, and they were like, no, you're fine. Your hip's fine. And I'm like, okay, well, why am I walking like Frankenstein? So that's all I'm saying, is that with small fiber neuropathy, you may think this, that, and the other is going on, and then you're going to go to the doctor, and they're going to tell you, nah, you're fine. But you have to go, because what if it is a heart attack? Or what if it is, kidney issues? What if it is appendicitis? What if it is frozen shoulder syndrome, and you're just sitting there not using your arm for 6 months and being in excruciating pain? Because when I tell you, like, the pain is, okay, like I was explaining to you the pain of the hand, it's the same thing with the arm. Like, that's this close to going to the hospital and just telling them, pump me full of every pain medication that you have. I don't care. Kill me. I don't give a shit. Like, I just don't want to be here. I don't want to feel this pain anymore. And I never go to the ER for pain management, because the stuff they give me tears my stomach up to where that hurts more than what I went in there for anyway. Anyway, so I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover for tonight, but I just wanted to update you on my shoulder. I wanted to go outside and just have some outside time, but again, I missed it because of work. So hopefully tomorrow, usually at lunch, like, yeah, I could go outside during my lunch, but usually I'm just like, I just need to lay down. Oh my God, I'm dying. So I'll try to go outside tomorrow, because I want to show you my cute little, and I gotta check on my plant babies, but I also want to show you how well they're doing. So anyway, I will perhaps speak to you all tomorrow. Just in case I don't, I hope you have a beautiful night, and I will see you soon.